What's up, guys? Let's talk about the markets. Let's talk about Binance. Let's talk about SEC. I'll wait for you guys to jump on. Make sure that we're uploading right. I felt we needed to get up in this. Hey, what's going on, Rutger? Hold on. Let me just make sure that my Hey Pete, how you doing, man? Ah, Barry, and you're actually third, man. Dude, Peter, man, I'm so sorry you got hacked, man. Hey, nice job selling into USD. All right, so what's going on? Let's talk about it, guys. Can you guys see me? I think you guys can see me. Hold on. Yo, Charlie, I mean, you're saying that Binance wasn't hacked, but bro, dude, I've had over 300 messages of people saying that all their holdings were liquidated. Hold on, let me make sure that we're yeah. Can you guys see me? Cool. I think you guys can see me. I'm not spreading FUD, guys. So let's just hop on Twitter and we can see what's going on. So luckily I was not hacked myself, but let's just do a quick Twitter search here. Wait, is that chat just kind of showing up randomly? Let me get rid of that chat real quick. Let me hide that. There we go. All right, cool. So some people are saying that Binance was not hacked, but I've had so many people tell me that they were hacked. So this is not spreading FUD. A lot of people are saying, you know, trading bots and all that stuff, but I have had hundreds of private messages of people telling me that their whole holdings were liquidated. So SEC came out. Oops. So the SEC basically came out and where is this at? SEC subpoenas. That was old news. But basically, the SEC came out with a bunch of FUD. Binance was hacked. So let's talk about where we can kind of buy in. Man, you guys are typing fast. Charlie, dude, how is it bots if people aren't using bots and their accounts were liquidated? I'll just show your comment even though it's hidden. Charlie Ferreira. Explain to me how an altcoin balance can get sold in the middle of the night if you're not using a bot. Now I'm watching the chat. Yo, if anybody in the chat, if you guys were hacked and you lost your account, would love for you to just kind of message in through there. I didn't say that all Binance accounts were hacked. I said that Binance accounts were hacked. Ogrim. Here, let me just show you. I've got personal people in my trading groups. Who are sending me hundreds of messages saying that their accounts were hacked and they don't use trading bots. Yeah, Binance was hacked. What else could happen if their accounts were being liquidated without using a trading bot? Even in this chat, lots of people. All right. So let's talk about Bitcoin and let's talk about supports and where we're at. All right. Okay, so Bitcoin broke through our first support at 10,500. That was a very strong support overall. All right, here we go. Look at this. Maybe Flex. My account was hacked too on Binance. Hey, Maybe Flex. Were you using trading bots? My bot. So personally, I don't try to catch falling knives. We stopped out at 11,000. We had some small positions on some other cryptocurrencies like Monero, Syscoin, some really strong fundamental trades this month. Right now, it looks like Bitcoin's at 9,700. Next support is sitting right at like 83, 8,400. Now, what you can do is if you're looking for supports, you can do a few things. You can take the previous high, and you can just draw a Fibonacci retracement from the previous low. So if we go from here, which was like 11.5, 11.7-ish, and then we draw it to the previous low, which was this wick down here, you can see where you can set some market orders. Like I said, though, I don't try and catch falling knives. I'm more of a trend trader or a wave trader. But that lines up pretty well with the 38% retracement from here. It broke through the 23% retracement pretty easily. So personally, I wouldn't buy down here. I would kind of wait to see where it's going to establish from here because we want to see if a new high is made up here because it made a higher high here, higher high here, higher high here. But if it makes a higher low, then we'll probably see another down wave. Now, most people are calling this next wave down a wave 5. Some traders are calling it at the 7,300 mark. Some people are saying that it's going to break the 6,000 level to form a massive inverse head and shoulders. I can't say which way I would actually go with that. This guy says his bot bought him some TRX. Yeah, so all withdrawals are suspended. Look at this. Yuri Shine says, I use no trading bot and all of my funds are gone. Man, I'm sorry, Yuri. What I hope happens is they do like a server rollback. And you know, there was some suspect, you know, stuff going on because they had that shutdown like 2 weeks ago. I'm not spreading FUD, man. I'm just giving you guys news updates. And I'm a long-term NEO holder. Doesn't have to be a trading bot, guys. It can be API keys used. Yeah, so if you use like Coinigy, anything that hooks into your APIs that has like withdrawal access or trading access, then that could be a part of it. Here, let me move the chat box so you guys can actually see it. Well, I guess you can see it while it's working. It's not really a good place to put this. I guess I can edit it. Magum Raymond, we're transitioning to Discord slowly. We're putting people over there. Okay, so Bitcoin. So best levels to buy. I would say if it's going to fall from this previous high, which a lot of traders are calling that. Some are saying a 23% retrace. So if it's a 23% retrace, that would have been here. But it's already done more than that. You got SEC and then you got the Binance hack. So this could be a good buying opportunity, but I doubt it. I think that, once news spreads, because this is pretty early on from like where it's at, I think that we can have some better buying opportunities. So we moved to fiat a while ago at 11,000, kind of waiting from the sidelines. Took some small positions in a few other coins, but we're both in Discord and Telegram, but overall. All right, so let's just take a look at the overall coin market cap and talk about like the best buying opportunities. So the only coin positive is Nexus, random. Walton Chain got hit really hard. It had a pretty big spike. But what people are saying is basically what happened. If you guys aren't familiar, if you guys don't know what happened, what they're basically saying is that a lot of altcoins were liquidated simultaneously. And those altcoin holdings, whether it was a trading bot, whether it was a Binance hack. In my first video, I said that Binance was not hacked because that's what the initial news stories came out. But then I was getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stories telling me that people, thanks for subscribing, Tricky's World, telling me that they were hacked without using a trading bot. So it could be an API exploit. It could be Binance was actually hacked. It's not clear what's happening right now. And so, you know, just, you got to be safe. You got to keep your funds off the exchange, unless you're like doing day trading. So with my day trading, I use multiple exchanges and in small amounts across multiple exchanges. And so somebody's saying Bittrex was hacked too, but I doubt that's true. Let's see. So congrats to anybody who wasn't hacked. Man, I feel terrible for people that were hacked. This market's already crazy enough. It's not the first exchange hack I've seen, and it's not going to be the last for sure. Marco Van Lingen, thanks for subscribing. Okay, so let's talk about kind of how to keep yourself safe and what to do. So we might see a dead cat bounce maybe up to like 10,000, but I don't know. It's pretty tough to say. So let's talk about what happened from a fundamental standpoint. So essentially what happened is when you look at these coins, about the same time all together, these coins were simultaneously kind of dumped. This one went from 21,000 down to 16,000, and it had this nice little bounce back as people were kind of buying on these really crazy dips. Oops. What's going on here? Oh yeah. My bad. Let me change my video settings if it's lagging. Output is, no, my output's pretty low. I'll change it even more though. I'll shut down my Dropbox. I don't know if that's. Is it still pretty laggy? Nicolay says he's got $3,000 stolen. Hey, Joe Conrad, thanks for subscribing. Okay, so what happened? Let me focus up here. So what happened is all these accounts their altcoin holdings were simultaneously dumped at the same time. Could be an API key, could be a Binance hack, could be a trading bot hack. We're not certain 100% what happened simultaneously. A lot of my stop losses were triggered, and so sub sounds annoying. Here, let me turn it down then. Alert box settings. Let me turn down the volume for you, man. Sorry about that. I can't find it. Sorry. Okay. All right, so essentially what happened is all these altcoins were simultaneously dumped, and then what happened is the altcoins were converted into Bitcoin, and then the Bitcoin was used to place market orders on Viacoin, and Viacoin went from 2,250 to 250,000, so a 10,000% gain in less than like an hour. And so a lot of people are complaining that their like Walton coin, their Tron, you know, their altcoin bags were liquidated, and then market bought Viacoin, you know, all the way up to the top. So some people are holding on to 3, 4, 5 Viacoin in exchange for their altcoin holdings. And so Viacoin typically trades usually right around like $1.50 to $2. And today it got pumped all the way up to, I think, 250 to 300 was the high. So that's essentially what happened with with Viacoin and then the altcoins. And then what happened was the SEC came out with a lot of FUD. It spread very quickly through Twitter. Yesterday, Twitter was banning cryptocurrency users, which I explained in a video yesterday if you didn't get to see that. And right now, Binance has completely suspended all withdrawals. So people can't withdraw any cryptocurrency from Binance. And my guess is probably within the hour, we'll probably see Binance go offline so that they can figure out what's going on. So people have screenshots. Nikolay Hristov says he has a screenshot. If you wanna private message that to me or post that on my Twitter link, I love crypto on Twitter. Hop on there, then you can see that on there. But so I would not enter a trade right now. I would let this thing kind of play out. From a trading perspective, some big time, very smart traders are calling a new low. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but 5,500, a lot of people are saying 5,500 is kind of the mark that people are looking for. Some people are saying 6,000 again to form a perfect, V double bottom. So it comes up, forms this V, and then a massive rally from there. Personally, I can't say one way or another where this is going to go right now. During times of fear, uncertainty, and doubt on crypto, it's called FUD. I typically will just kind of take a seat on the back, and just kind of wait in cash. Now, I do have long-term holdings, obviously. Zane says stochastic RSI and monthly view indicates bear market. So bull market starts when direction changes upward on monthly. So the stochastic RSI doesn't necessarily tell us much. You have to kind of look at other indicators. What I've been waiting for is as price moves up and volume drops down, so you see basically this is like a volume divergence from price. As price moves up and volume moves down, that's not a good sign. That means fewer people are interested at buying in higher levels. Obviously at the 6,000 level, lots of money came in, so institutional money came in. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, am I lagging, guys? Hold on. I might be lagging. Let me shut this down. All right. So, okay, I shut down I was streaming my stream, unfortunately, but. So, right now we're sitting at 9,800. It's kind of at a standstill. There's a lot of selling volume, not enough buying volume going on. Can't hear you even. Are you guys trolling me with the lag? All right. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at some other ones. Oh, let me actually use the stochastic indicator. And let's take a look at the monthly view. Thanks for the donation, by the way. Appreciate it. All right. So stochastic RSI is showing we're getting close to super oversold here on the monthly. So if this gets down to, 2010, I would say this is a good buy. Right now it's kind of like mid-neutral. This guy says, F the FUD. Thanks for the subscription. Am I lagging that bad? Let's do a speed test. Man, I just had Comcast out here yesterday. Oh man, that is garbage. I'm paying for 150 megabits per second, and right now I'm getting 6. Jesus. Terrible. I might have to run it from my phone. Okay. That's cool. Well, I wouldn't be surprised because I had Comcast out here yesterday to replace some cables. So on the monthly, I mean, we're still pretty high up there from where the monthly was at. This was where the first impulse started. So if it wants to make a massive inverse head and shoulders, I would say 5,500, and you might see a little bit of a rebound effect. So see where this big doji was right here, 4,500. I would say that would be the absolute low if it's going to make another low. Oh man, I'm sorry I'm lagging, guys. I don't know if you guys are trolling me, but whatever. Okay, so let's look at ETH. Hopefully you guys can see this. So on the daily, ETH broke a very long-term support. And I'm looking at this on the logarithmic scale. So if you're trying to do this and you're trying to see it on the logarithmic scale. So let's do our fibs from this last impulse here. You can see it kind of went sideways, formed this really tight consolidation. So if I was going to do my fibs, I would do it definitely from over here. So look at that, perfectly bounced off that 61.8. So that's the golden retracement level for a lot of cryptocurrencies. You can see that it just bounced off of there right now. So hopefully the daily gets back above this long-term trend line. If it breaks the 618, so if it breaks 724, if it breaks through there, then we might see it try and touch back down to this 540. So see what it did before. Kind of came down to this 786 level. Hold on. Let me check the stream. All right, hold on. I'll be back. I'm going to see if I can plug this in. Really gets back above this long-term trend line. If it breaks the 618, so if it breaks 724, if it breaks through there, then we might see it try and touch back down to this 540. So see what it did before. Kind of came down to this. I'm watching it right now. Level. It looks pretty good. All right, hold on. I'll be back. Is that better? It really gets back above this long-term trend line. If it breaks the 6. All right. All right. Let me go check my hardwire if it really is, and we'll figure this out. Hold on. I can't tell if I'm actually lagging you guys. Sorry if I am. My internet's pretty bad. Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
It's okay, babe. All right. Let me see. Okay. So all right, so Ethereum looks like it could form a nice support here at the 740, 724 level. If you buy in here, then I would just set some stop losses just below that. But if it breaks this line, and you can see it's kind of rebounding, I'm not buying yet, guys. There's look at this volume. There's like no volume. So even when the charts are turning like bullish, there's just no volume to actually go through it. Laggedy McLagface. All right. Oh well. Anyway, keep going. So that's those two. So from the last impulse, we just draw some fibs. Now you can do fib extensions, or you can do, we'll go from there. Yeah, and I made that same point about the low volume. Who said that? Johan. People were asking me, like, volume is so low. And I basically said the same thing about the S&P 2009. It basically climbed with almost no volume. So I don't look at volume as a big indicator, but when it drops off as price increases, I use that kind of as an indicator on like when to get out. I would not sell at this point, just because the panic selling's already kind of commenced. If you didn't get out pre-panic selling, then I wouldn't sell right now, personally. Bitcoin's back to 9,900. It was at 10,700. And so once it dipped to 9,900, there's probably going to be some great buying opportunities in the next coming like day or two. And if you're not aware what happened, basically there was some sort of a trading bot, API exploit, or a hack that liquidated a lot of altcoins. And so we're just trying to look to see where the best buy-ins are. So that was Bitcoin. So Ripple, I believe I wouldn't buy in until like here. So right here, there's a big glaring place where market makers are going to want to get their liquidity back. So, 38,000 to 30 cents to 35 cents would be a great Ripple buy. So we might see it kind of come down here. Some people are saying that that's not going to happen, that we've kind of changed psychology, but every market that I see go up will eventually kind of come back down to meet those points. Sell, then rebuy before you start making losses. Are we still lagging? I can't tell. So anyway, then let's talk about some of the. Let's hop on Twitter and see if there's any more updates on the Binance hacks. Seems only select Binance accounts were hacked. So let's take a look at the Reddit article, because that'll probably. It's hard to differentiate between. I posted it on my account earlier. Let's see. That's me. There's Suppo Man. You guys want to watch and see what Suppo Man's saying? Who wants to watch Suppo Man? No, I would not sell. I don't sell on crashes. You guys want to watch and see what Suppo Man's saying? We'll stream a stream.
Binance has confirmed the issue stems from the API.
He's on
via
Reddit.
third-party
Oh,
tools.
he's
It's
reading
not a direct
Reddit.
Compromise issue. Okay, so it just seems like there's some form of issue, not necessarily a hack, which is good. I have checked my Binance and all appears to be fine and everything. So what they have actually done is they have disabled withdrawals during this investigation to ensure that any compromised funds remain in their control. Binance is aware of the issue and investigating. So if we just go to Binance, as you can see, the withdraw
on my laggy stream, let's watch his stream.
Button is
he's basically saying Binance accounts were frozen.
So is this the reason, do you think? Okay, now there is another article that's come out today, which is about, this is from the SEC, a statement on
this is the SEC article,
online platforms for trading digital assets.
So they're coming after the cryptocurrency markets.
Securities being traded on the exchanges.
And basically, this is why I think that Poloniex will be a good exchange in the future, because they were bought by Circle.
Coinciding and causing this flash sale. Now, of course, the whales in the US...
So API is basically like an access that allows like other tools to hook into it.
That suspending people's withdrawals on Binance is going to lead...
This guy says lost 2K this morning.
...to what is happening at the moment. So I think it's a mixture of the two.
You are
the
my
SEC
favorite
attacking and going after
world.
Cryptocurrency, particularly the potential securities tokens on exchanges, and what's happening on Binance. So worrying times, peeps, worrying times. Let's see what you guys are saying. Do you guys have any conjecture? Do any of you
Justin, I was not buying alts during the dip.
Yes, it is very, very rare.
I'm more of a trend trader, so I just like to sit in cash until I get my money on the side.
But sometimes the need actually calls for it. Now, this has led to an incredible... Let's see if it's gone up or down a bit. Let's see if people have bought up. Yes, there has been a buy-up. It's gone up 2 billion, which isn't really that much, considering how much it's lost. Bitcoin has recovered. So $400 has been recovered of Bitcoin. Ethereum, man. God, under $750. Ripple. Let's have a look and see what the Satoshi value is. Let's see how much...
I did a video earlier that had that Reddit thread. So let's take a look at some of those comments. Breaking news again, guys. Never sleep in the crypto markets. This is a lesson. Unless you're day trading, and even when you're day trading... I got it. I turned it off, guys. I turned it off. All right, so let's take a look. You have new messages. I didn't know you could actually get messages on Reddit. What does that mean? Oh. Shows you how much I look at my Reddit messages. All right, so this guy is the bot for BNB, or the moderator. I think I got dislikes because my stream was laggy. I don't know, or I'm not that pretty to look at. All right, so let's try and figure this out. Lots of people. I can't tell if these guys are like trolls, but or if it's hard to say, you know, like, because you know, these people are saying that no login attempt was on the account. A lot of times Binance will freeze accounts from, like, if people were logging in from other areas. We're trying to figure this out as best we can, see what's going on, and what the market will have on it. Close some of my tabs. I don't have that many tabs open. No, honestly, it's because Comcast sucks. I literally have had them out 3 times. Okay. So if you guys aren't aware, I've said it a couple times. SEC came out and ruled that they were coming after crypto exchanges. There's a bunch of Binance FUD, lots of stuff going on right now. Markets are not safe. They are pretty yeah, normally my Comcast is fast. I try and get that 100. I bought the fastest thing possible. SEC statement on crypto. So let me talk about my favorite cryptocurrencies to buy during the dip. So basically, registration of crypto exchanges. So this is why Poloniex is going to be good, because Poloniex was bought by Circle, and Circle basically gave them a full update on what they're going to be doing, and they fully comply with the SEC. And what they're also working on, and this is why I also like decentralized exchanges or wallet to wallet. So if you guys are, as far as like keeping your funds off exchanges and wallets. So if it's an ERC20 token, and an ERC20 token is basically a token that's on the Ethereum platform, you can hold it in My Ether wallet. So My Ether wallet, you just head over here and you can create your own My Ether wallet. Was there a way to skip that? I didn't even look. But it talks about all these different things. So you can create a new wallet, you can enter a password, and then you just whatever. Hi, my friends. Then you just create a new wallet, and then you can download your Keystone file, and then you can put all your ERC20 tokens here. Signal profits, we moved to cash at 11,000 and we were in some small positions. We haven't been hitting too much, even though the charts are looking bullish, the volume kind of sucks. So we've been stopping out a lot with like 5 to 8% losses. So that's just, you know, kind of the reality of these markets. But here's the thing with trading. I traded Forex for a long time, and a good, like some of the best Forex traders in the world, they would hit for, you know, 25 to 35% of their trades would be positive. And then the rest would be stopped out on like really tight stop limits. And so it depends on what type of your trading strategy you have. Target trading is pretty hard right now because, well, like with Bitcoin movements sharp up or sharp down, it'll move all altcoins in a negative direction. And so, yeah. So that if that answers your question, 23 Kirk. So that's a good one. I personally use Trezor. I have a sponsorship through Trezor, Trezor, whatever you want. And it's super easy. You just kind of plug it into your computer. It walks you through. You write down 26 keywords as your passphrase, and then you just keep those offline. I have 2 copies. And there's actually some pretty cool stuff with, but I use Trezor as my wallet, and they support a lot of different cryptocurrencies. ERC20, I don't know if they support Neo yet, because I keep mine in a Neon wallet to get the gas staking. Suspend showing. I can always just take my my video feed off. That might be faster. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Okay, so Trezor's pretty good, and then the Ledger Nano is pretty good. So the Ledger wallet, I also have a sponsorship through them. If you guys want to buy them, my links are below. And so the Ledger Nano, they actually have a pretty cool technology called mirroring. If you guys have never heard of mirroring, you can actually keep one wallet in cold storage. I'll do a whole video on this, but so you can have like mirror transaction modes where basically you, yeah, and I said there was going to be a dead cat bounce probably to like 10,000-ish. If we're not there yet, I'm not sure where we're at. Yeah, 9,800. So most likely when it drops down to here, it'll usually bounce up to like 10,000 and then continue its downtrend. So this is kind of like, sometimes it's bots, sometimes it's not bots. Thanks for subscribing, MS Hassan Enterprise. So I'm not looking at chat right now, so I don't know how much you guys are typing. But so you can actually do like mirror mode where one has, you know, your private key. The other one has just like a way for you to transact. So you can use the one wallet to be able to like do transactions and stuff. Thanks for subscribing, Frederick. If you guys aren't subscribed, hey man, make sure you guys subscribe. I try and get out news stories pretty quick. Ethereum looks like it's going to try and close above that long-term logarithmic support line. RSI, I would wait till it gets to like, see, good buying opportunities on Ethereum were always like when RSI capped out at like sub 20. So once that RSI gets below sub 20, those are the best. Okay, so what was I talking about? So those are the best wallets. For Neo, they have the Neon wallet, and you can do like paper wallets. But City of Zion, They created the Neon wallet. They're the GitHub, and they've got a lot of contributions. But the Neon wallet is you can put your Neo in here, and that'll generate gas for you, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating because the markets were doing really well. So see that right there, that doji candle right there? That's not a good sign. That's on the 30-minute. But when it runs up like that and then it gets sold down very quickly, that's not a good sign. Now what's also happening is you've got multiple inside bars. So let me show you. So let's look at the 30-minute to get a clear indication. So what'll probably happen is you've got this big bar right here. So this is called an outside bar. Now you've got inside bars forming. So you've got one here, and as it gets tighter within the range of this big candle right here, it may move up, 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 and then your buy order should be above this candle right here. Okay, so this is where you want to buy, or sorry, yeah. So on a breakout, this is where you're gonna want to wait for a confirmed trend where it breaks out and closes above the previous candle. That's not a here. We can take a look at some. Hold on. Doji candlestick pattern. We'll do some education here. So it's gonna lag behind a little bit. So we'll wait to see. I can't see if there's a wick or not. Right now it looks just like a full body. Holy shit, that's like super hard to see. Let me remove this fib sequence. Okay. Let's take a look at some fun dojis, guys. I always want to use the half hour. So right now on the 30-minute, here it is, okay? Cannot sustain the probe to new ground. It opens and closes at the exact same level, creating the appearance of a tombstone. So it comes up and then it gets sold down immediately. So that means there's more sellers than buyers currently. But we're not closed yet. And it's still within this candle right here. So what might happen is you might see it kind of move down here. Now you've got an indecision doji. So what you want to do is you want to wait for confirmation. So you've got a bearish engulfing candle here, right? So it's engulfing these two here. So we want to wait for stronger confirmation. We've got a little bit of buy volume, but for me, this is too uncertain to enter my money. So I just wait for Bitcoin to give me confirmation on what it wants to do. Some traders are calling for a newer low. Some traders are calling for a newer high. Personally, I'm sitting in cash. We got out at 11,000, and a majority of our holdings are in cash. And I would say 100%, guys. Like YouTube is definitely, or I mean, YouTube. Technical analysis won't always predict the future, and but it gives us a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. Like we saw this ascending triangle, so we knew that it was going to break up or down. They're called flex points. So it gives us an idea of where things are going to want to move. But when you get psychological supports and resistances, that's where you can tell where people are interested in buying and holding points. So you can set buy orders on these wicks and hope for a rebound, but you can set the buy order and then set a super tight stop limit. And a lot of times you can get like some really nice gains if you just set them on low buy orders where previous supports have held. And same thing with Ethereum. So the biggest thing is we want to see this long-term trend line hold. Yeah. So what else do you want to talk about, guys? You want to do some You guys want to go over specific individual coins? You want me to talk about some of my favorite picks? I'll let you guys decide what you want to talk about here. Johan, I mean, if you want to look at like Ishimoko's been a really strong support, and it pushed through with, and you had the crossing, the TK crossing, which was super bullish. So, but what we needed to do, if we wanted a super strong bullish rally, we needed to break this logarithmic downtrend. I have an alert set on my phone on my trading view. This line right here, if you're on the log scale, it's the logarithmic, basically bear trend that's been set. So once we break this, I believe we'll have a super strong run. So right now, obviously with all the FUD coming out, we had a nice strong square up. This kind of looks like a wick-off pattern, actually. If you guys have never looked at wick-off pattern. Yeah, the art of evolution. Yeah, I mean, most of my assets were in Bitcoin as well. Stop loss at 10,000 or 11,000. Oh, you're welcome, man. Glad that benefited you. We should be able to get some nice buy orders in soon, and we'll definitely send out a signal when that happens. So if you guys have ever seen Wickoff, I actually just did a post on this. So there's multiple distribution patterns, but Neo is doing this right now. So basically you get like the, there's 5 phases. I'll talk about EOS in just a sec. Hey, thanks for the donation, Mark. So there's 5 phases, but if we look at this Wickoff distribution pattern that's going on with Neo, thanks for the donation. Where'd that go? So when we look at it like this, you can see that it matches this pretty well. So you got this lower trend here, and then it moves up. If you zoom out like this. So you basically have these like stages of, you get accumulation, you get a buying climax right here. And then it kind of settles back in, consolidates. Then you get a little bit of a distribution up and down. This is like market makers kind of moving. And then you get a low volume rally, like I was talking about before, like a low volume rally up to here, 11,000 on literally no volume. And then you get an icebreaker right here. And then you get the price down effect. And then you get and then eventually what you'll see is a breakout with volume once it kind of comes back down. Now, what this could do is this could come back down and test here, and that would be a perfect little bit of a accumulation phase, boom, 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 and then drop down to here. Maybe see a test low of 7,800 and then a bounce. Now, some traders are calling for a massive inverse head and shoulders. They're saying this is a shoulder, and then it's going to come down and form a head. I don't know about that. I would be more inclined to see like a double bottom. All right, so Mark Rink wants the long term about EOS. EOS, so the thing with EOS is, this is what kind of disappointed me. EOS basically came out and said that they were not going to be doing their own blockchain. Now, why EOS can be valuable long term is because thanks for the subscription, Ihan Alpe. So why EOS is going to be valuable long term is because they're going to airdrop all the tokens that launch on their platform to all EOS holders, and they're going to be building it on I believe it's graphene. Let me see if I can find it. So it's going to be a tool for developers to create their own blockchains. Ultimately, I believe this is great as it will not bog down the blockchain with transactions after transactions. So it's more of a stock for dividends. So I think EOS is a pretty cool platform long term. They've got a lot of updates coming. Ethos had a pretty cool live stream update too. What else you guys want to talk about? Thoughts on Bitcoin private? Hey, Eric, are you talking about Bitcoin private, or are you talking about Block Mason? Or Block, yeah, whatever that is. BCPT. Yeah. Am I still lagging? So there's some pretty cool some March picks that I really like are our Syscoin. Syscoin's a solid. They've got masternodes. They've got ZDAG, which is zero directed acyclic graph, which is pretty cool. Bitcoin private. They took a dead project. Here's the problem with Bitcoin private. If you guys haven't done your research, I would definitely recommend doing your research. Z Classic was a super dead project. Like literally no social media, no developers. And then what they decided to do was they decided to revive the project and name it to Bitcoin Private. Now, Bitcoin Private is a legit name. I think it'll be valuable just by the name alone. I mean, you look at like Bitcoin Gold. I Love Crypto got hacked. Did I? I may have. I don't know. I have a crypto wall. So I have intrusion detection. I have malware. All kinds of cool stuff. If you guys don't have a crypto wall, they are my one of my sponsors. Awesome technology. It's a my February picks did not do well. HPB got crushed. It's not Gamer49 thumbs down for clickbait title. Oh man, frustrating. Let me see if I can lower my stream output again. Output. Let's see if I can lower this down. So Binance just released a statement that said all funds are safe with a tweet. All right, let's see if that does it. All right. All right. All funds are safe. There were irregularities in trading activity. Automatic alarms triggered. Some accounts may have been compromised by phishing from before. We are still investigating. All funds are safe. Crypto Rand on it with the GIF. Seriously, people using bots with API access, using them over exchanges. Maybe you got what you deserved. Binance equals Bittrex. Okay, let's see. I don't know if the withdrawals are working. All right. Let's take a look. Oops. I still have some VeChain on here. Looks like it's doing fine. This guy says he lost a lot of money. Please get rid of bots. Crypto would be much better. Crypto would be much better without bots. I've said this for a long time. I hate bots. Even back like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think that's It basically ruined Poloniex. Poloniex went down like multiple times. I was in Poloniex when Ripple and Stellar crashed a lot. Let's see. Ethereum Classics down to 22. Bitcoin's at 9,700. So it looks like we've got some stability going. Like I said, we've got this bearish candle, this engulfing candle. I would wait for that to get a little bit more. And you got to understand, guys, that the game is changing quite a bit. People like crypto funds and crypto firms with big money in the game, they're now they're spreading a lot of fun. It's no different. If you've ever watched my streams, it's literally no different. We will eventually see this kind of come back up to meet that, obviously. And just so you guys are aware, I am long-term bullish on cryptos. All right, so you see we've got this tight consolidation range forming on the 30-minute. So what I would wait for is I would wait for a break up or down on that previous candle on the 30-minute and even on the 4-hour. So we might see this kind of get tighter and tighter and tighter, and then we're going to go one way or the other. Let me see. Yeah, we can open up let's look at the 50-day. Look at the 8-day. I like the SMA 200. It gives me a little bit more information. So the 200-day got wrecked. So we thought that it was hopefully going to hold at the 200-day smooth moving average, but it did not. So what you're going to see is you're going to see kind of a consolidation form, and it's inside this one. So what you might even see is on the 30-minute. We'll look at the 30-minute, then the 4-hour, then the daily. But what you'll probably see is this form a bigger triangle pattern. So I wouldn't buy until it moves up or down from here. So when we look at the hourly, yeah, see it formed a perfect inside candle here. And so we want to wait to see what it does from here. And I like to use these wicks. 4-hour. That's a big red dildo, guys. We don't want to touch that right now. See the volume? Yeah, what we're gonna see is we're gonna see the game start to change. You're gonna see a lot of people start to use like fiber optics, just like in the stock market. So they get faster transaction time. Arbitrage trading is huge right now. If you could have arbitraged from Poloniex to Binance this morning quickly, you could have made a significant killing because Viacoin was so cheap on Poloniex that it just hadn't caught up yet. Let's see. So what's the whole story on Binance? Someone just asked. So if you guys aren't aware, there was a liquidation of altcoins this morning. A bunch of users are announced on Twitter that a lot of their altcoins were sold, immediately liquidated to Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin was sold into Viacoin almost immediately. Now, what I have heard is that there were several Telegram groups that were predicting 25,000 to 250,000 Viacoin like an hour before that happened. I'm doing some investigation and I'm compiling all the Telegram groups that were announcing Viacoin going to 25 to 250,000 pre this event that happened. And I think that anyone that was running those groups They might. There's some big stuff coming down. So let's see what else. What else we want to look at? Stellar. I had a nice little jump, didn't it? From the dump this morning. So Stellar's. So here's where I would buy Stellar. Right in through here. I would set buy orders right in through here. I don't think it'll do a complete market cycle, but you've got this area right here that market makers have to make up for their liquidity on the daily. So I would guess that there will probably be some sort of a cataclysmic event that'll drop it into here. Same thing with, I've been watching ADA like a freaking hawk. And I've been watching it. See right here? That's where I want to buy it. Right now it's sitting on the perfect 236 support level. And that held that really well. Look at that bounce. But you've got this area right here, just like XLM. I would be waiting for that to for that dip right there. And that's where I would buy on the ADA. I think ADA may be one of the strongest trades for 2018, especially once they start to release more. But they've got some of the most brilliant minds in crypto working on this right now. My head is in the way. Sorry about that. There you go. So I've got an alert set. If you guys don't know how to set alerts, what you can do is you can set these trend lines right here, and then you can just right click, and then you can say alert trend line. And so I've got an alert. Basically, when it crosses up on this trend line, it sends me a text. And you literally just kind of make this alert. So, you know, on a breakout trade, I would definitely buy once it crosses this upper trend line. But I do have some buy orders set down here in Bitcoin. I don't mind, you know, keeping it on these just in case you get those long random wicks or those flash crashes. ADA's not an ugly chart. It's just a market cycle. If you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you've got just these emotional market cycles, and they kind of hold true to this every time. Bitcoin's kind of going through this right now, so we might be in the denial phase before it hits the, you know, the 3,000, 4,000 level. But it's not to say that you can't make money during these market cycles, and not, you know, the problem with cryptocurrencies is you've got these. Oh, this is actually a pretty good chart. TradingEveryday.com, they've got a really good chart. Where'd that go? I don't know where it went. But so when you compare these emotional market cycles, it depends on what time frame you're looking at. Ethereum went through this market cycle here, and you can see it kind of retraced down to here, and then it formed this, you know, new one here. I don't think we'll see it kind of come back down to this lower level, but there's market cycles on different time frames. This is the US dollar, but when you look at ETH, Bitcoin, this has definitely had multiple market cycles. Oops. Got to look at it on Poloniex, I think. So you can see here, ETH on Bitcoin with the daily. We've got a super well-established long-term trend line on the log scale, on the linear scale. I like log because you want to look at percentages. The market's always been manipulated, but yeah, now it's getting super manipulated, it feels like. But you can still make money on manipulated markets. So what I would do is I would wait for it to kind of come back and touch this trend line on some major news FUD. So some good buy orders maybe at like 3.037. And you can take this and you can form all kinds of different, you know. Oops. All right, so we got to lock this. All right, we'll do that later. Basically, I have it on setting where it locks onto the closest wick. I don't really feel like changing it right now. Any thoughts about Aeon? So Aeon is another one of my favorite trades. So you got Syscoin. Let's check out my shirt. So Aeon is they have a ton of stuff coming up. They've got their mainnet launch. They've got token swap, all kinds of cool stuff. So I think Aeon is a super good buy this month. But again, if we're in a bear market, no trades are safe. This is why I didn't really want to release my March picks this yet, because January picks, they went up like 300% and then they came crashing right back down. And then February picks, half did well and then half just got crushed. Like high performance blockchain, HPV, it's on, and I think anything that gets listed on KuCoin, it just gets wrecked. And it feels very very frustrating. But yeah, so just make sure you're paying attention to these market cycles. There's a ton of coins on Bittrex that are in the capitulation stage. So once the next altcoin rally comes, and it will, guys, like the altcoin rally will come. We're just in a very strong FUD phase right now. But let's see, where are we at? So Verge back down to 4 cents, ADA 24 cents. Yeah, it was at 32 cents, and a lot of people were like, buy. But dude, 24 cents on ADA, that's a good buy, but I think we can get it even better. Omise goes back down to $14. This is my favorite 2018 trade. Anything around $10 is a super good steal on Omise Go. Salt, Adam, dude, everything got hammered, man. It's not just salt. Salt was just one of hundreds of coins that got smashed. NXT's up 5.5%. I don't know. Monero's holding pretty well. Monero's got that hard fork coming up, and I'm not a big fan of that hard fork. Here's the reason why. It's an unsanctioned hard fork. And in order to retrieve the hard fork, you've got to actually enter your private key. There's a ton of scams coming out. It's pretty nuts. You've got Power Ledgers down 10%. Ilias asks if I think we'll see a dead market. I don't think we'll see a dead market. And there's so much money. Like VCs are on the sidelines. So much money is getting. People were fished. Johnny K says people were fished. So, a lot of people might have entered their account details into a wrong site, and they might have had a trading bot set up that automatically entered all those details, people that didn't have two-factor authentication. If you guys got to know how to protect your accounts, I would definitely go back and watch my how to stop hackers from breaking into your accounts. Let me show you where that's at. And you know what? I'll post. So right here, 9 tips for stopping hackers. I go through and I show all this stuff. Look at that sexy shirt. I go through and I talk about all that stuff on how to keep hackers from breaking into your accounts. And personally, this is my favorite device to use, and they have a thing called Crypto Wall Mini.
Exactly what that is. But they are actually sponsoring me now. I reached out to see if I could get a discount for my subscribers and followers, and they agreed to give a 5% off discount, which is pretty rare. Because
so they've got the Crypto Wall Mini and the Crypto Wall Major. And since they are one of my sponsors, they actually gave me a discount code called I Love Crypto. Honestly, guys, this is an amazing tool. It's
so when you guys
it blocks all kinds of people from coming in.
It's free shipping.
This one's actually cheaper than the main one. I have 2 of these, one in my office, one here. It's $1,000, but the Crypto Wall Mini is only $400, and it does all the same stuff. This is end-to-end encryption, and you don't have to do anything. You literally just plug your internet into here. They send you a QR code with your Wi-Fi password, and it's impossible to hack. This is a Cisco Meraki firewall.
But what's really cool is you can actually use the CryptoWall firewall to connect into it.
So this is a Cisco. I got hacked. Ah, shit. This is a Cisco Meraki firewall. So I actually reached out to them to just ask if they would give me a discount for that. And so they ended up giving me a 5% discount for you guys. And then they ended up wanting to sponsor me. I am the only YouTube sponsor that they have. And so I'm a huge fan of this company. I was using them for 4 months before I actually reached out to them. But so if you guys want, you can actually get that $400 one. But this is what it does. It connects in, and then when you connect to your Wi-Fi, if your family, your kids, if you're on your phone or your computer or laptop, it will block malware. It'll block viruses. It'll block the government from seeing you. It'll block everybody from actually trying to access your network, so nobody can access your network. And then when you do all the other tools, so it's a let me explain it. So Cisco Meraki, if you don't know what they are, Meraki made these incredible enterprise grade like intrusion detection and advanced malware protection with firewalls, and then Cisco bought them, and so they're enterprise level software. So you can't actually buy these as a consumer unless you buy from a Cisco certified facility, and these are like just below MSRP from what you can buy from the enterprise level. But this is all the stuff that it does. So it creates a private VPN. So even if you're, I don't know where to move my head. So it's $1,000 for the big one, but $400 for the CryptoWall Mini. The Mini's designed to work in conjunction with the bigger one, but a lot of people like to use these smaller ones. I have 2 of these, and I've sent these. I've bought these as gifts because I think it's one of the best things you can buy. It's got 100% detection rate, and they guarantee it. But it's got intrusion detection, so I can show you. Let me see if I can pull up a report so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to log into my Gmail account with you guys watching. I know what you guys are looking for. But yeah, all you do is you just use I Love Crypto and you get 5% off. And I thought that was really cool. I got a moth in here. What the hell? Let me show you what one. So I got a summary report. Let me see. I'm trying to show you like all the sites that they block. The other thing that you can do with it is if you buy the protection one. Oh, this isn't mine. This is just usage. Hold on. I can't find it. But basically, they send you all kinds of alerts and all kinds of different stuff. But anyway, so let's talk about charts. Let me get back to the chat. Thanks for subscribing, Tom Tultux, Kablooey, Ratlab, Syed, and Sam Hawa. Thanks for subscribing. I'm open to gifts. All right, let's take a look. Live market updates. Alert CIS Bitcoin crossing. So that basically means, so I got these alerts set up. So that basically means a stop limit's been hit on my CIS coin. So let's load. They're getting wrecked, guys. Holy moly. Look at that. What in the absolute F? Wow, 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 wow. Nutso. When was that? Oh, so that was Look at that craziness. That is a wick. So we've got. Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? You want to come say hi to everybody? Sure. My daughter's going to come say hi, guys. She's got some pretty adorable reindeer ears on. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Say, I hope you sold your Bitcoin.
Hi.
Did you tell them to sell their Bitcoin?
Hi.
Say, don't sell now. It's crashing. Did you get your Bitcoin out of the market? Did you get your Bitcoin out, babe?
Talk to him, baby.
Did you get your Bitcoin, babe?
Well,
Look, everyone's asking you questions. Someone said Merry Christmas. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Say, why do you like Bitcoin?
No,
She's pretty smart on crypto. She knows a lot of stuff. What do you think is your like favorite? Everyone's saying hi. Look at all those people saying hi to you.
Wow.
That's so many people saying hi.
Wow.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yes.
She doesn't feel well today, so we're just having a relaxing day today. Let's see. Where do you think people should buy their Bitcoin back again?
Daddy.
What, baby? Are you watching yourself on that screen? You see yourself? What?
Yeah.
That's so silly.
And then see yourself.
I see myself.
Me.
See, everybody else is watching us too. All right. All right, so just broke out of the triangle. This is why I mean, people that were, so what's happening is they're hunting stop losses pretty well. So they fake us into wanting to go long here. And then what they do is they just drive the price down. So anybody that goes long, they take that out. And they do it so quickly before people actually have time to short the market. Evil plot twist. Are you a whale?
No, I have antlers and a bell and a red nose.
You want me to use a black theme?
I'm Rudolph.
You are Rudolph. Is that easier to see, guys? You like that better? Do you like black or do you like white? What do you think?
I like black.
You like black. You like the black background? Thanks for the tip, Roger. Say thanks, Roger. You gotta say thanks, Roger.
Thanks, Roger.
Okay, cool. I'll use black theme from now. That's cool, guys. Let me see. Okay, so we gotta wait to see where this thing wants to go. So we just confirmed that this triangle will not hold. So now we're moving down again. So next support, like we said before, if you just look at it.
Hey, Daddy, they're purple.
You see that?
Why are they purple?
That's called the stochastic RSI. Can you say stochastic RSI?
That's so weird.
That's pretty weird, huh? That's you right there.
Where?
Right there. Everyone can see you. There's 290 people. Oh, my lovey-dovey. Everyone's saying hi. So, go to the daily, guys, to find your supports. And then let's do a lesson on drawing fibs. You gonna say bye?
Bye.
Say have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Oh, I could use some popcorn right now. I don't know about you guys, but this is a popcorn day. Got to just sit back and just watch what it'll do. Oh, are you going to make me popcorn? All right, to find your supports, let's talk about drawing fibs real quick. Now, with fibs, you want to look at the first impulse in the big move. All right, so this goes back all the way to 2014. So consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. So if we draw a fib, just kind of like previous history, from the previous impulse, so from here up, we can kind of see where the market went. So kind of capitulated. Whoops, it's kind of reversed, isn't it? All right, so let's go down to here. Thanks. She's a sweet girl. So it broke the 236 ratio, and it went kind of parabolic before. We had this big candle. So these are the market makers just cleaning everybody up. Yum, 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 yum. Came right back up. And so it dropped actually below the 236. And then it made this strong move to 1,000, right? And then so you can see this 4.26. See how well this lines up. So from this previous high, or from this from the baseline here, where it impulsed from here, it went 4.236 to here. So this is one fib, like right here. So like down to here. So you can draw. No. I'm showing you guys history. So you want to see like history from like where it was before. So if we draw our fib from here, the 20,000 level, we can go down from like the first impulse. The first impulse was really like 2017-ish. Like January, like right here is really where it started to take off. So that's where we'll find our strongest support, 51.68. And if you can see, we're going to zoom in for you guys. A lot of people are calling this wave right here, and I'll do the wave count with you guys too. So this is why I usually like hide all these like moving averages and stuff. All right. All right, so from the previous here, thanks for subscribing, Julio. So from the previous low, let's just delete all this bullshit. All right, so from the previous low, we had this wick here, but that wasn't the support. The support was 5,100. And it really depends on where you want to draw your fib. So if you draw your fib just from here to the lowest wick here, that can give you another idea of where supports are at. So 5,100, that could be an inverse. And this isn't FUD, guide. This is just trading. So don't freak out. Don't be emotional. Trading's not about emotion. So here we've got the 618, the 32% retrace right here, or the 38% retrace, and then so right here is the 61%. This is usually the golden retrace. If you drew a fib from this level down, I mean, you can draw fibs on like a million different places. So Binance is 5K. Clark says he lost everything. Man, I'm sorry, Clark. So we're at 9,700. And so really right now, we're just kind of in a battle between Enki. I don't know how to use fibs. There's a million different ways you can use fibs. I'm just showing you can use fibs from the smallest time scales to large time scales. You can use it from near bottoms. You can use it from impulses. There's a million different ways to run fib lines. I'm just showing you the different ways, different supports that we're looking at. Roger Heaton, can I do TA for you? I've been trading since I was 14. You guys can trade however you want to trade. I know what works for me. I've made multiple 7 figures in this market, so you know, up to you guys. You can trade however you want to trade though. I'm more of a trend trader, so I don't get my money into uncertain markets. I don't try and catch falling knives either. So I mean, that's totally your guys' call though. If you guys want to do some TA, feel free to create a live stream and we'll stream you guys. So where I would buy is I would wait for confirmation before I would do anything in this market right now. The markets are moving very quickly, so stop losses are not safe. And so when I said KuCoin, I don't like KuCoin because there's low volume and the coins that get listed there, they get smashed. And so not a big fan of KuCoin, just because there's low volume and it seems like people just like dump pretty hard. My partner and I actually just did a really cool video on ICOs. And so essentially what's going on is, yeah, my bank balance agrees with me. Yeah. So what's going on right now is with ICOs, pre-sale investors are getting 50 to 80% bonuses and there's no lockup. And so the lockup period, what's going on is basically because there's no lockup, as soon as it hits exchanges, all these people are basically what happens is that 50 to 80% bonus for pre-sale investors, a lot of people, they're not looking to hold. Like even Ian Bellina, who's advisors on projects, liquidates some of his holdings when it hits like 2, 3, 4, 5x when it lists on the exchange. And so what I like to do is I like to find good projects. Look at that, freaking capped out right at the top there. I like to find good projects, and then I like to wait for them to hit exchange. And there's a couple different ways to do that. I try and list some in the signals group. Look at that sell. What in the world, man? So RSI is like maxed out on Syscoin. If we look at previous levels, I can't imagine Syscoin's going to drop too much from here. But again, this is, you know, weird market. Syscoin's awesome because they're launching master nodes and they're moving to oh, is it? All right. What did I say about KuCoin? So KuCoin, basically what happens is there's very, very little volume. So on volatility, the whole market just shudders in KuCoin. So it drops, you know, like Poll, they've got like a new app, they've got a new website. Poll's one of the coolest use cases out there. And, you know, so on KuCoin, these coins just get like dumped and they get crushed here. And I've very rarely, like Dragon, DRGN, really cool project, but it just seems like money comes in, gets dumped onto anybody trying to buy here, and then it goes right back out to, let's say, like Binance. Yeah, I agree. So here's how they make ICOs better. 1, lockup for all private sale, pre-sale investors. Boom. 2, escrow wallets. So anybody that invested into those startups in those cryptocurrency projects, they create a pool of funds, and then the company can earn those tokens based on their milestone and roadmaps. And it's a community voting. So they say thumbs up, thumbs down. And so if they believe that the project met their roadmap, then they release the Ethereum, so then they can fund their next milestone. And then the people that, release their Ethereum, they all get it equally distributed back. That's how you get it. So that's how they can make ICOs better, personally. So KuCoin, I've bought a few things on KuCoin. I have Dragon on KuCoin. I have KCS, which got hammered as well. And then I have some Pole. That was one of my March picks. I have VeChain, but that's on Binance. QTUM, I think this is one of the coolest projects. And so, how's DGD doing right now? Did that go up with the market? Anybody move to DGD for the... So DGD didn't even do well in this market. -7%. Usually when Bitcoin dumps, DGD has this cyclical going up. Give a good ICO project like credits to your loyal members. Well, Fusion was the last ICO that I liked. There's one on the books right now, but I don't know if they're going to launch ICO. Because what's happening now is these guys are like not wanting to launch ICOs. Any more coins you guys want to look at? We're looking at 9,700. Looks like the panic selling kind of might be mitigated. But, just hold off for a minute. Nema says, you mentioned a token that can hold your private keys and pass your crypto to your next of kin. What is the name of that token? That was called Guardium. I saw them at Bitcoin Miami. So I would agree. I would say probably my favorite ICO right now, I would agree with Ricky Thompson. I would say Nex. Nex is really good. I don't usually talk about ICOs too much, but so Guardium is the token for decentralized emergency response, Nema. And thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that very much. But basically it's this app where if you're injured, like in a car accident, it'll send updates to all kinds of different stuff. I'm not sure where they're at right now with like development, but Mark Jeffrey was the guy who presented in Bitcoin Miami, and I just really liked the idea and the concept. And basically this app kind of holds everything for you, but it's called Guardian Circle. And it's actually like a true app, but what they were trying to do is they were trying to tokenize it. And I don't think they've launched yet, but they've got a pretty cool... So Nebulas is one of my favorite 2018 long-term holds, Zach. I really like them as far as... let's see. Private key. Yeah, but I do remember that he talked about that. Thanks, Roger. Take care, man. If you're taking off. Signals Network is interesting. Neurochain is interesting. I did an interview with the founder from 4New. If you guys check that out, it's like waste to energy. That's pretty cool. I'm going to be out at Token Fest. Any of you guys going to Token Fest in San Francisco, March 15th to 16th? And I might be going to Dubai. I'm hoping to try and speak. But if not, I'm going to go to Dubai and I'll try and live. Do you guys want me to live stream these events? Because I don't do a lot of like streaming while I'm there, but if you guys want me to live stream, I will. If you guys want to see like ICO pitches and like, because I get pitched all the time at these events. But if you guys would want me to live stream that, I can. The heck just happened? Zoop. Let me see. Hopefully that answered your question. Ooh, Eric Wall apologized for his actions, Vivek. So I did post that Neo update. It wasn't FUD, but all I said was Neo price dropped on a tweet, which was true. I'd like to see that. Let's take a look. Eric. This guy got. I didn't do enough research on this guy's claims before believing it, so now, is this me? A main developer for Bitcoin. What? Did I say he was a developer? I'll amend it. What's a good GIF? Did my internet just go out? Well, I think he just writes for Bitcoin. Maybe that's it. Ah, writer of the trading column. Cryptocurrency and engineer. Wow. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Let's see. I'm a columnist. Oh, well. What are you going to do? It did kind of crush the Neo price, though. So, either way. I'll release an update video on it. What else? What other coins you want to see? Got some notifications. Nothing. All right. All right, let's take a look. So when I first made the video title, we didn't know if it was a Binance hack. We didn't know if it was an API exchange hack. We didn't know if it was a phishing attack. We didn't know if it was a trading bot. So a lot of people, hundreds of people messaged me saying that their accounts were liquidated on Binance and that they were selling all, that they were selling all their alts and buying Viacoin. So to our best knowledge, that's what we thought happened. There are some Telegram groups that basically pre-pumped. Binance was hacked. I was concerned. I sent a message out to all my Telegram users saying, check your accounts. Man, I am lagging like crazy. Holy Moses. Let me see if I can shut this preview down. Maybe that'll help. My output rate's like garbage too. All right, well, if you guys got no more coins, I'm going to sign off. I hope you guys found this live update helpful. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Appreciate all you guys following. I try and get these updates out. DJ Medley says, I appreciate your videos, but the titles and covers are getting very clickbait FUD spreading. I would definitely not disagree because Neo's price did drop on a tweet. So I wanted to get that out. If you had sold when I had said to, you know, like basically sent that out, you would have saved 19% and you would have been able to buy back much cheaper. And also, I just went line by line on his tweets. Binance was hacked or something happened. Everybody was agreeing that somebody was hacked. And then what else? What else is there? They're just like 30-second updates, man. That's all they are. You can thumbs down them. Go for it, bro. Twitter banning crypto users. That's not a clickbait title. Bitcoin private selling for $800. It was on KuCoin. Those aren't clickbait titles. Bitcoin private.
This is I Love Crypto, bringing it to you first.
It sold
Bitcoin private was just listed on KuCoin. The going price right now is $500. Whether that's a good...
I will strongly defend my position, sir. Right now it's down to it's still at $270. It's at $174. Bitcoin private is on KuCoin on the private, and this link is under the video. All I do is I just try and get these news stories out as quick as possible. I don't check my facts as much as I should. I'll try and check them more, but you know, it comes with the territory. CNN does it. Fox News does it. I just try and get it out as quick as possible so people are aware of what's going on. Hope you don't hate me. Sorry about that. What else? ICX real quick, and then I'll sign off. Woo. Woof, 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 woof. Look at this sell volume, man. So I had a nice dead cat bounce. It's got a triangle forming on the 15-minute. Where are we at in the scheme of things? Let's look at the daily. I have ICX. I haven't sold. Look at that freaking wick, man. Holy schmoly. So right now, it's right there. Look at that perfect bounce, guys. You want to talk about fib ratios? 236. This is a chart from months ago. Because I was hoping it consolidated here for a wave up, but it broke this ascending wedge right here, or this rising wedge. So if you look, though, look at this 236 buy order. If you would have had a buy order right there, look at that. On the daily chart, 12% gain. So that might have been the square up risk, but if we go into a strong bear market, then we might see all these 236 supports hold, and we might go into a fresh like bear market cycle down here. Volume's dropping, so we just need to see a nice impulse of volume, which we saw up here. I was hoping that was the turnaround. If you look at the 50-day, oh, this is on Binance. So it looks like the 8-day is forming a... So it looks like the 8-day smooth or estimated moving average is acting as like strong resistance right now. Neo, OMG, ETC, LTC, or do you think we are going lower soon? Before I would enter in, I would wait for confirmation. This is from a trader who's been trading for over a decade in multiple markets. I do not like to catch falling knives, but I just love Fibonacci ratios. They just line up so well. Take it down here. Take it up here to the body. Lots of different ways you can look at fibs. And just so you know, fibs aren't always going to line up 100%. And the strongest fibs, if you guys don't know, the strongest fibs are the 618 retracement. So from a dollar. So usually between 618 and through here, those are usually strong supports. But lately what we've been seeing is the 236 is getting hit on almost all these altcoins. What do you want me to talk about on Lisk? You want me to do like a DJ Medley, I'll work on the titles, man, but I just want to try and get as many people to watch them so that they get the proper info. That's all. And if I mess up on some of my information, we're all human. Sorry about that. This is a choppy chart, man. Lisk is a good, strong, good project long term, in my opinion. But this chart's way too choppy for me to want to trade that. It's not really forming any sort of like a good pattern to really trade off of. Like this is like an easy trade. Once it breaks that, you can buy and then just hold like this entry. That was back in March, April. So that's a good, I mean, it's been climbing steadily against Bitcoin. Summary of the Binance hack. So essentially what looked like happened as more news is coming out. Let me see if this guy responded to me. Nope, he didn't. So apparently what happened was a majority of these smaller altcoins in users' accounts, and it depends on what what happened. Some people are claiming it's a phishing attack, so they might have gotten a lot of login details for people, but a lot of people that were messaging me saying that there was no login intrusions detected. And so basically what they were saying is that a lot of altcoin holdings were liquidated, and then at the same time those holdings were transferred to Bitcoin and then purchased via coin at market orders, and it drove the price up 10,000%. Yes, well, I was gonna get off, but then you got some answers. So then what happened was it bought market orders all the way up to via coin. So they're investigating what's happening right now. Let's see. He said, Binance basically. So CZ, the guy who runs it, said all funds are safe. There were irregularities in trading activity. And Binance actually hasn't come out with an official statement yet, which is pretty interesting. Just this guy, the creator of Binance, he's saying it. They've put out one statement. Oh man, they're getting hammered with hackers, scam accounts. This guy posted a screenshot. Oh, jeez. This guy says, Binance was not hacked. A popular trading bot that some people use was hacked. The bot was instructed to sell the alts to Bitcoin to buy via. If you don't use bots, then you should be fine. Many people were hacked. So, hard to say. It's hard to say if this is FUD. It's hard to say what exactly is going on. But, we moved to fiat a while ago at 11,000. We're just kind of waiting to re-enter the market. Some people are calling for 6,000 again for a double bottom. Some people are saying that we were supposed to bounce at 10.4. Obviously, we busted through 10.4 on the SEC FUD and the Binance FUD, but stay safe out there, guys. Make sure you get your wallets. Make sure you've got your I don't know why they would buy Viacoin. Some people are predicting that. Well, that's because I was getting off, Michael. Yeah, I'm a little bit all over the place, but that's just because I'm reading chat. So, like, if I feel like I ended the topic, then, I end it. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the donations. Much appreciated. I'm going to go hang out with my daughter. She's not feeling so well, so I'm going to go take care of her. We're going to play some Legos or something. And then I'm going to keep my finger on the markets while they're going crazy. And we'll send out a signal when it's safe to enter. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for following. Make sure you subscribe for fast news updates in the crypto markets. And if I'm wrong, I'll amend them. So, appreciate you guys. Take care, guys.